All right, I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is a hill that's on Brighton Avenue in Portland, and it's on one of my walks. And the first time I ever saw this, I had a strong past life hit. And that was that Abby and I were riding in a carriage, and when we got to this hill, it was kind of a big deal. We stopped, or kind of jumped out. We didn't stop, we jumped out, and that gave the horse a little less of a pull to get up the hill. It was just something that was done by people that cared about horses. And it was kind of an adventure, you know. Apparently, my feelings suggest that we were on our way to a picnic out in the country, spending a day out in the country. So it was a happy event. Abby was a little nervous about this hill. So I joked about it. We made a kind of a standing joke about it. Oh, here it comes and how horrible it is. So I did a little research, and it appears that this route out of Portland would have been quite efficient for them based on where I think they lived in Portland. They had a house, I believe, on Pleasant Street near the intersection of Park and Pleasant Street, and it was not far from where Matthew's employer in the stove business, Nathan Winslow, lived. And this was the time, probably 1839, when Abby was not sick with consumption yet. They had lost a child the previous year, but they were recovering from that. And it would have been a happy time for them, one of the few happy times in their life, given all the tragedies that happened with them. So I also looked at this hill, and you can see when you get closer to it that the top has been shaved off. The road has been lowered where the peak is. And I don't know when that was done. I tried to look it up. I couldn't get cooperation from the city officials. But I would guess that it was leveled after 1839. So the hill was actually steeper in Matthew and Abby's day. And I know that Matthew was very compassionate towards horses. There's some reference in the Whittier legacy about stopping and getting out to help a horse get up the hill. So I know that was done. Of course, I had read about that before. This is a memory that I can't prove. Now, as I look at it in the viewfinder here, the memory, it's a busy time of morning, rush hour, the memory had kind of faded. So I have a little bit of it, I have a little bit of the feelings, but it was quite distinct and detailed when I first had that flashback. So it's a happy memory. It's poignant for me now because I'm 180 or something years after the fact, and I feel like I've come back, but of course I can't bring her back, you know. I do believe and feel that she's with me in spirit, but it's poignant to be living so close to a personal landmark like this, which I can see anytime I want to, and as long as I live here in Portland. So, and yet I can't prove this one. I can prove that it's plausible. I can find a number of elements indicating that it's plausible, but I can't nail this one down. So I thought I'd just share it with you on that basis.